What's up, guys? Hey, this is Nick Alamon over here with Tree Guardian USA down here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for the Win the Storm Convention 2023. I've got right here with me Ryan with Iink, not II Iink.
Not II Iink, not Link, not Aaron.
That's it's IINK, just
Iink. Just Iink, but
right, just Iink.
One eye was taken, unfortunately, so we had to go with two.
So, man, what's going on? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I used to be a roofer, and here in Florida, we deal with a lot of insurance claims. One of the challenges that we deal with quite a bit is just chasing the money, as we call it, running around trying to, wrangle that check together with all the signatures. And so my good friend and business partner, Ken, he's a public adjuster. He and I just got together one day and decided to build a platform to get rid of that problem. So
there you go.
We help contractors with their cash flow during insurance claims.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah, just explain to us a little bit about what you guys do and how you got started and kind of take me along from there.
Sure. So, like I said, I was a roofer, and one of the biggest problems I had to deal with personally was going out to pick up a check and then getting it signed by everybody so that we could get that job started.
From the homeowner.
From the homeowner, right?
Yeah,
So the insurance company issues that first check, they'll issue the ACV check, which is only a portion of the total job, right? So the homeowner's responsible for their deductible, and then you have the depreciation in the back end. So we would have that first check to get started with the job, but it would have to be signed by everybody. So we'd pick it up, we'd send it off to the mortgage company would then send it back to the homeowners, and even though we'd give them a shipping label to send it back to us, and so we'd have hours of just drive time, just tons of time, just running around, picking up that check.
Jacob says it best, you're always losing that speed to
losing
market.
that time, yeah, and so, we had just basically had enough and realized that there was no true solution for this problem in the industry. There are other services out there that offer, factoring or funding where you can get paid, but it's usually quite a hefty percentage. So we built a platform that's bank integrated, really kind of like a DocuSign for multi-party checks.
Okay,
so it helps you from having to run around town to get those signatures. Maybe everyone can digitally endorse it and you just get it right into the bank. If you need to take one check, split it two ways because you got multiple contractors, or maybe you have a couple restoration professionals handling that claim.
Y'all can do all that in your system.
Yes, sir. Right off of one check. You can split it three ways if you need. And it's actually a free service unless there's a mortgage company on it. That's the only time we charge. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of companies just using us even for the free feature. So we have a lot of contractors even just use us for the free feature because it saves them from having to run around town, take that check to the bank. It's even a convenience for their customers because they don't have to go anywhere with those.
Right, exactly.
Right.
That way it doesn't get messed up, loss of hands, it's in the mail. It's in the mail. It's coming.
So, yeah.
Hold your breath.
Anyone doing business with standard mail right now is really taking a risk. We have seen so many checks get lost, and we feel that frustration, right? Because it's on us. Not really. It's even though we didn't lose the check, we're still helping manage that process start to finish. We hate to be the bearer of the bad news, like,
right.
Hey, the check was lost by USPS or whoever the carrier was, but then it has to get reissued. It's just more time. But we do have a solution for that. We do offer advances on those checks. We know that it's just a matter of getting that paper through the mail, and so not only do we handle the communications and everything that's required with the mortgage company, but just tracking that check and providing you updates. Here's where it is. Here's what's going on. Here's where it's going to end up. And you can have those funds, or at least a good majority of those funds in the meantime, so you get started with the work. You don't have to keep your customer waiting.
Right.
You keep that cash flow moving, which is, I think, of utmost importance in this industry. And, not to sit on hold with Bank of America or whoever it may be for hours just to get an answer on a check.
Right, and that's awesome because that even makes it easier for the consumer itself because they can actually get the work done instead of sitting in their house with a roof half blown off, clear for a few days after the storm, then it starts raining in their house again, hasn't been tarped, trees on the ground, need a whole new roof, need shingles. I mean, construction, half the wall is torn down, things like that. And they can't do anything because they only have a couple of $100 in their bank because they live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah,
so, what you guys do is just awesome.
I got to tell you, this is a true story, Nick. So it was actually an insured that was going through a hurricane loss. This was back in 2016, so it was Hurricane Matthew that hit the east coast of Florida. First one in like 9 years.
I was about to say, I was trying to think of 16.
just barely skirted Florida, but it was right in the Jacksonville area where we were working, and it was one of my partner Ken's clients. So, tell you a quick story here, Nick. We had a customer in the Jacksonville area that went through a loss during Hurricane Matthew back in 2016, and the insurance carrier. Commercial large loss. I got to announce it twice.
Yeah.
Quick story. We had a customer in Jacksonville in 2016 that went through a tree loss. Came through his home during the hurricane. 6-foot wide tree. His family was displaced. Insurance company came out and fairly quickly said, "Yep, cut the check." Excuse me. And you wouldn't believe it. That check was off to the mortgage company for 4 months before they sent it back, or at least sent the first disbursement to get started with the work, because they were sending it to the property. No one was staying there. The family had to be displaced elsewhere.
Because the house was inhabitable.
Excuse me, house was inhabitable. And it was quite an ordeal, and that was kind of the final straw for us. We said, look, that's it. We're going to do something about this. And we launched the company in 2017, and here we are today. So
I mean, that is legit heart. If you have a soul, that's legit heartbreaking. Because of improper policies and procedures.
Cameo.
Thank you.
You know, you have this, and I'm glad you guys are able to open up a company and put in the correct policies and procedures to make things a whole lot simpler and smoother for people.
And it's not just for insureds and contractors. It's for everybody. I mean, we save a ton of overhead for the mortgage companies and the insurance companies, not just on the cost to print a check, but also in what's known as Schedule D ALE coverage. The longer that those checks are being processed, the longer it's taking the repairs to be complete, the longer they have to pay for their insureds to be out of their home.
Right.
And so we want to speed that process up. I know that we save money across the board for everybody and a lot of hassle as well, and especially time. So.
That's awesome, man. So if somebody was curious or if somebody needed your assistance, how would they go about getting a hold of you guys or finding you guys?
So real simple. It's not AA, Ron. It's Iink.com with 2 I's, IINK.com. And check us out. We are nationwide. If you have an insurance check or you're expecting an insurance check, come to our website, learn about how your contractor or any restoration professional you're working with can be verified to receive those funds. We are an FDIC-insured banking platform.
Nice, okay.
We are not subject to anything that just recently happened with SVB and the other collapses, but everything's safe and sound over at Iink.
Nice. So speaking of trying to get dry over here, speaking of trying to get a hold of you guys, any social media platforms that you guys are on that people can, because I know social media is the way to go nowadays and reaching people, much less a website itself,
Yep, absolutely. So we have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can find us on Facebook at Iink Tech. So our facebook.com/InkTech, IINKTECH. On Instagram, we are Iink Payments, IINK Payments. And then on TikTok, we are at Iink.com or Iink Jeep, Iink Bus. We've got
and again, that's IINK, guys.
That's right.
IINK.
IINK, and then follow us at Jeep. Everybody loves the Jeep. If you guys haven't done it,
I remember seeing the Jeep in Dallas. That was pretty cool. One of my favorite parts about the Jeep was the drone, the spot for the drone.
Yep, we got we got the landing pad up top, a little like helipad for the drone.
That was awesome.
We want to do everything we can to really get the word out there. This was the year for us to do it. We've been growing exponentially. We've got some big partnerships that came to fruition this year, and on the carrier and the mortgage side, we've got some traction. So here pretty soon, you won't have to send the checks off anymore. We might not even be dealing with the checks. Everyone crosses their fingers, and as soon as we get over that finish line, I think it's going to be a great day for everybody in the restoration industry.
That's awesome, man. Ryan, thank you so much again.
Thank you,
Ryan
Nick.
with Iink, IINK. Thank you so much.
Thank you.